Based on some of the advice I'm receiving, I was going to tell Anne this morning how much she means to me and that I'm there for her. But she's seething again, so I'm not trying to. Dave asked if I could talk to Anne because they've also apparently had a massive fight because he tried to defend Ruby on the wedding night. He asked me if I could explain where he misstepped and how to make it up to her. This is the first time he's ever asked me for help with their relationship, so he's clearly at a loss. I said I was just as confused, and we didn't even know why she wasn't in the bridal party, so he should just try and talk it out with Anne. This is where things get weird. Dave said the reason Ruby wasn't in either wedding party was because he wanted her as a best woman, and Anne wanted her as maid of honor. But Anne wouldn't budge and said they should just drop her from both parties to be fair. He said that she explained it to Ruby, and that's why they had a fight, because Ruby wanted to be included. I said okay and just hung up, but the more I think about it, the more confused I am. If they had a massive fight about Ruby being maid of honor, surely Ruby would remember. Also, I don't know why Dave would want Ruby as his best woman when, to my understanding, he only met her after he started dating Anne. I really am taking your advice to not meddle to heart, which is a nightmare because now my curiosity is totally piqued, so I won't bring it up. It's possible that this is all I'll ever know, and this will bug me to my grave, but I made a vow to not push Anne anymore. Thank you everyone for your comments. Thank you to all the Not the A-hole people for reassuring me I'm not the one acting crazy. Thank you to all the helpful "you're the a-hole, everyone sucks" verdicts that helped me see how I could change my behavior in the future to be a more supportive sister. I hear a yakety sax while reading your post. Was the wedding held under a huge red and white striped tent? Were there elephants and jugglers? And sounds like the ringmaster of the show, Not the A-hole. Making Ruby a bridesmaid or maid of honor would have been the obvious solution here. Then Anne literally would have been able to dictate the dress code. The fact that Anne is seething over some faux dress gate during what should have been the happiest time of her life does not bode well for her marriage. Where's the groom in all of this, if this is what the honeymoon looks like?
Oh, jeez.
OP responds, it's a groom. I guess we'll call him Dave. I didn't mention it because he's basically staying out of it. He's met Ruby quite a few times since she and Anne used to be so close, but obviously he's not going to take Ruby's side since Anne is his wife. I imagine he's bored of hearing her rant about it by now, but that's it. Not asking Dave to side against his wife, the latter of the whole for better or for worse thing seems to apply, but still, Anne letting herself get worked up over this means the shine of getting hitched can't be all that bright. Lots of brides aren't the dressiest at their own weddings. Who cares? They're the bride. It's not like Ruby rolled in wearing a white dress veil and carrying a bouquet of Kaya lilies. Update 2, I'm even more confused. Dave called me 30 minutes ago asking me in a very angry tone of voice if any of his groomsmen behaved inappropriately toward me. I asked what, and he said again. I could hear Anne in the background shouting something. I said they had been perfect gentlemen at the wedding and I hadn't had any contact with them since. He then asked me if Ruby knew that she was meant to be best woman. I said not to my understanding, but it was possible that I didn't know, as both she and Anne had been quite secretive about what happened between them and that he'd be better off asking them themselves. He laughed and hung up. Ruby has texted me asking what's happening and if I knew about the best woman maid of honor thing. Just now, I got a message from one of the bridesmaids saying if Dave calls me, I shouldn't answer him. Anne is on the phone with my dad, screaming, it sounds like. I have no clue what's going on, but I think somewhere in this mess is the truth of what actually happened. Everything seems to be exploding. I now think that the bridesmaids, or at least that particular one, are involved. And if things keep happening at this pace, I think I should eventually find out what in the flying is happening. Update 3. There has been a lot of shouting and tears today. Honestly, I'm exhausted, but so many people have commented for the update, so here it is. I'm still kind of in shock. Anne has been lying to just about everyone. The story is very complicated and long. This list is actually what I use to wrap my own head around it. It's all the facts I have in chronological order. Number 1, Dave has been to jail and is an ex-addict. He met Ruby before he met Anne. After he recovered, he was really struggling with money and Ruby helped him a lot. He considers her to be one of his closest friends.